You heard it. Men Talk Live. Start right now. We want my brothers to be there. We want the ladies to be there. Everybody be there. At Men Talk Live. Y'all tune in. Comment, like, subscribe.
We got the producer going back here.
To be there,
hey. Huh? It's finally that time. It's not, though. it ain't that time yet. It's like stand by.
It's time to go? Are we live?
This is Men Talk Live with Robert Drew, Clifton Gwynn, and Anthony Martin. We're live, no redo.
Hey, the wait is finally over. Welcome to the first episode of Men Talk Live. We got on the other end of the couch one of the funniest people I know, my man Cliff the comedian.
Go get it. Let's get it.
Standing next to me in the middle because he's the star in his eyes. It's my man Drew. And on this end of the couch, you got myself, Uncle Ant, doing it with no hair, still sexy. Hey, we got one more person we want to introduce. He's our producer, our leader, the visionary behind the whole thing, Mr. Isaac Rowe. You got to come tell the people a little bit about what's going on.
Hey, what's going on? This is Men Talk Live. I just want to stop in and say, hey, what's going on? If you're tuning in right now, please tune in, like, share, and subscribe. Share it to your friends. So about Men Talk Live, these are my brothers right here. These are guys right here who have a lot of experience. They know a lot of things about life, about dating, about relationships. They've been through a lot of wisdom up here, a lot of funniness up here, you guys. So these guys right here, we're going to share some real raw, uncut stuff with you guys, right? So let them just be them. They're going to be them. Y'all comment and just interact into the conversation. So anything you want to say, just go ahead and just comment, all right, you guys? So just tune in, Men Talk Live, every Thursday for the next 8 weeks, all right? Y'all tune in. Thank you. I love you. My name is Isaac Rowe. I'll holla.
Thank you. That turned into a policy.
You might hear that voice in the background asking some questions on your behalf. This is your show. Let us know what you want to talk about. Let us know the questions you have. So without further ado, this week we're going to be talking about marriage, dating, and shacking up.
Oh man,
I know, right?
yeah.
It's gonna be something cool.
So, just so y'all know a little bit about us, little background, we're gonna be walking together. See, I'm married.
I'm married.
You married.
She's like the moon of my life.
And you Drew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been married before.
Okay.
That's what divorce is for. You know what I'm saying? To help us out when we make mistakes.
That's right.
So yeah, we all got a little bit of different perspectives. Myself, I have 3 kids, and I've been married. It's about to be 12 years. Love you, babe.
I guess she watching, huh? Hey,
She will be.
Yeah, I have. I've been married 17. I've been together 17 years. Been married to her 9 years, and I have 2 sets of twins. And I have Cliff, my wife. She's the moon of my life. Other than my kids, they're my everything. they're my everything. You?
Currently, I'm dating. I have no kids. None. Zero. I don't know what's going on in that department. But yeah, that's it. That's it.
So we talking about marriage and dating. When y'all were dating, were y'all looking to get married? Cause you've been married, you married, I'm married. So when you first started out, when you were dating, was that the goal, or is it just kind of?
Yeah, we went to grandma's house. Yeah, that was the goal. But other than that, I mean, everybody knows you were trying to get the panties. Bottom line. So, are you talking about dating in general, or just when I was dating my wife? Well, shoot, I was trying to get them panties too.
It was the same answer.
Yeah, same answer.
We gotta learn. We gotta first figure out what dating is, though. You know what I'm saying? As we mature, like, what is dating? I think dating is like a trial period. Some people put, exclusive dating and all those different things, but it's called dating, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I should be able to date whoever I want to during this trial period, right? So I give them 90 days, just like a job. You know what I'm saying? 90 days. And if they don't make it through that 90 days period, it's cut off. Ain't no more dating.
So they don't get no benefits till the 90 days is up.
Oh no, they get some benefits. You know what I'm saying?
Not them kind of benefits.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm just trying to see what
so
you're
you
saying.
said when you dating in that 90-day period, that's not your girl. We're not gonna call her that because it's 2017. Social media, they want to what you put is complicated.
Yeah, single. But I mean, I feel like you single till you married anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't claim a girlfriend on your taxes. You can't.
So that's how you label yourself. Whatever my taxes say.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what matters. Like when they come get me, they're not gonna garnish. Just my wages, not my girlfriend too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, until we're married, we in there together. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like you single until you married.
Okay.
Do you feel the same way? Was you single the whole time? You probably cheated.
Honestly, before I met my wife, I did kind of go with that explanation. But once I met her, yeah, that was a wrap. Matter of fact, when I met my wife, I was talking to this other girl, and she was like, "Hey, you probably gonna need to go ahead and call that girl and let her know what's up." And it took me a little bit, but I got around to it, and I let her know, hey,
but
we're not talking no more.
Do you consider yourself, were you dating her at the time? Like, were you dating your wife? Because I don't think she had the right to tell you to call somebody else to cut that off when it's a trial period. Like, I mean, you could have music app, you could have, what's that called? Apple Music, you could have Tidal, all that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? There's trial periods. I'm just saying you can do.
You try to get us in trouble, Ed.
I'm saying, but that's the thing though. I had the right too though. So I was like, hey, I'm cutting everybody off. You cutting everybody off. We gonna do this. We gonna see what's up.
So it got to be equal. That's what you're trying to say.
Oh yeah.
I just think the other sex has this problem with this dating thing. Like, they don't understand what dating is. Like, then, like, if the trial period ain't working out, all of a sudden they want to be your friend. They want to put you in a thing called the friend zone, right? Yeah. So, is that dating too?
So, okay, hold on. What's your take on this? Because I know you
I mean, it just takes a lot of principle, and it takes a lot of strategy and some well thought out things to think about what you're gonna do and what your future is. Because back in other days, you had like Mr. Kings, and then the king had his mistresses, and then he had his queen, but then he had other things to play with. So now we don't really have nothing to play with but our wives, and that's it. So it takes a lot of I think this is what I want, basically.
Okay, this is good. This is good because y'all both married. I want to know where you met your wife at. I want to know where you find one at. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say church? What
I gonna say no. She was my cousin's babysitter. So she babysitted my cousin's kid, and then she just happened to come over, and I was like, I'm gonna get those draws, but I didn't. It didn't happen that way.
She made you wait?
That's what made me want to get
Do you think she was messing with anybody at that time?
Man,
to
this day, I still ask her.
That's what I'm saying. Now we pushing those buttons. That's what I wanted to push out of you. Boom, just popped the pimple. That's what I'm
Say, man, what's up? It was this one guy there, I can't think of his name, but he would come by the house in his truck, and his car looked way better than mine.
What time was he coming through?
He was coming around 7:30.
Oh.
Yeah.
Them beating hours to me, them sex hours to me, man.
Prime time. Prime time. I'm like, yo, what's this dude coming on? Oh, he's just a friend from high school. What was his name? Cecil. That was his name.
Yeah, so you can remember his name.
His name was Cecil. His name was Cecil. Yeah, I'm putting him on blast straight up. To this day.
Tell him you won.
Yeah, I won, Cecil. If you watching this, brother, yeah, I won. She got my ring, my last name. Keep it moving. I wonder what kind of truck he still driving. I got a bad
the same truck.
He's probably the same truck, Cecil.
You remember him make the noise when it came up?
Man, he pulled up. I was like, what is he doing over here? And she was like, oh, he just come to see me. We just went to school together.
Oh man!
I was like, in my eyes,
so you were the nice guy, dating her, taking her out, and Cecil was just coming over and watching
it
Martin
down.
with her,
and no money.
Yeah,
I'm the one bringing the checks, and he was over there just chilling. It's like he was sliding in. So to this day, she tells you, "No, we were just friends. We were just friends."
Man, women are good because men talk all the time,
but
women don't tell what they do.
I want to get Cecil.
Yeah, you find out the truth
from Cecil.
Yeah,
I trust my wife. No doubt about it. But man, it just
that's in the past. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah.
He
looked better, worked out. I had man boobs. It just didn't add up to me. His truck had AC. My car, you had the window.
So then that was love because she picked you.
Yeah, she picked me.
So
and she thought, well, I asked her out. She didn't want to go out. Then I got a number, and then we went out to eat. And after we went out to eat, I thought I was gonna get those draws. Didn't get them. And I was like, man, this is crazy. She's like, I just want to save myself for somebody that I respect, that I love, my marriage, We didn't wait to marriage, because if that would have happened, if that was the case,
you would have been out of there?
Man, for real. I was like, man, come on. I was trying to get my friends, my cousins to talk her down. It's like, what's wrong with
Yeah,
him?
man. Yeah,
man.
just say you the only one she been, like you a virgin.
So look, this came up before. If you paid for the meal and all that, do you feel like you deserved something?
Man, I was like 20 something years old, 21, 20. Yeah. Then I paid this $18 for this meal. So I thought I was.
Where'd y'all eat at?
I know, right? McDonald's. No, it was a cafe. It was like one of them 18-wheeler cafes.
Oh well, you really didn't waste so much money. Like you could have struck
money.
out. You would have been all right. Yeah, so I mean that's cool and all, but do you feel like you invested? Yeah, you invested, so that was a good investment. You came out good, yeah. So what about you? Where'd you meet your lady at?
She literally walked into my life.
She walked into it.
Just walked in. No, look, she. So I lived in a duplex with a couple roommates. I was in college, and my roommate was dating her friend. She was coming to actually meet my roommate. Because that's what her friend wanted. She literally walked in my front door.
Boom.
And
it's like,
and into my heart.
I'm tired of this. Can you please give me the story?
Actually, we pulled up at the same time. I pulled up. I was with the other girl I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
And she pulled up with my friend. Some things happened. She was talking to me like while the girl was right there. Girl said she didn't feel good. We was about to go out to eat, so I was like, hey, why don't you go on home and get better, rest up. We're going to go out to eat. And, it just kind of grew from there.
So if you got to do something to eat, you paid.
You don't feel nothing about that situation that your wife, you don't feel anything about that situation. I mean, it's over and done with now, but she just like intercepted the old girl that you was with. It was...
No, I like that because it was like she had, it showed that she really wanted me. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least in my mind, that's how I felt. I felt wanted.
Oh, okay. So the
She
other
went
girl
out
wasn't
there to
doing her
get it.
job. She went.
So, right now, we appreciate y'all watching, commenting. Let us know what you want to talk about. Looks like we got a question. Isaac, what do they want to know?
I got a question from Gerard. He says, should not dating be prayerfully considered due to the prospect of it being more serious?
Shout out to Gerard. That's my boy. What's up, Gerard? Thanks for tuning in.
I like that question. So he's saying basically, should we pray about it because we know we're going to, in his question, it could lead to more. I guess he's talking about marriage. Is that how y'all?
Yeah, I view that.
Okay.
I mean,
But sometimes people be praying for it and God ain't answered them yet, so they go ahead and make their decision on their own. Then they get themselves in trouble.
Exactly.
But then catch 22, they end up getting closer to God as it is anyway. So.
No, well, I'm just gonna say, me personally, I know, I believe in my Lord and Savior. I'm gonna be very honest though. Like at that time, you know what's the trip? I actually did pray. I had prayed before my wife came into my life. I was like, God, I'm through. I'm done dating. I had just got dumped, right? And I was like, I'm done, God, until you bring something into my life. I'm waiting on you, God. Then that other girl came and, I fell off a little bit.
Yeah.
But then my wife walked right in right after that. I feel like it was an answered prayer. I still do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess what he's saying, yes,
it's true.
You should be prayerful about it. But at the same time, I guess how many people are doing that? And that might be part of the problem.
Well, I think sometimes, that's really good that you brought that up because sometimes I remember praying the same thing because the girl before my wife, she was giving me hell. But the funny thing is I remember praying for an apartment at a young age because of the life I was brought up in. And I got the apartment, what I do? Stop going to church, start drinking, stealing the cable. Then I was sitting there like, the whole nine, seriously. And then when I wanted my wife, I was like, man, I'm tired. I'll never send me a girl like that again. I don't want nobody. I want somebody who help me with some of these bills, put some of this food in the cabin. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, I was going to my cousins and aunt's house to eat lunch and dinner. And then, because all I had to do had enough money was to pay the bill. So I was like, man, I need somebody. But when my wife came, I took advantage of that too. But at the end of the day, 17 years later with her, I learned a lot. I got closer to God. So sometimes we got to walk it out ourselves. Not reinvent the wheel, but we do need to walk it out.
I totally agree with that. You can't wait till you get in in the situation. Because sometimes we let our flesh get in the way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She bad, so we're going to go ahead and get into this relationship. Then we start praying for the relationship. This is like taking the car to a mechanic all messed up. And you know what I'm saying? Now he got to fix the whole problem. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You got to. I think you need just to start off with a prayer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's good, but I'm just trying to say, is that real? Is that what you're doing? Because
not at all.
When I got married, because I'm looking and I'm like, man, I would see a nice looking lady. I'm not saying oh man, I want to smash her. It wasn't that. I just see a nice looking lady. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't praying. Be like, Lord, let that be the one. No. I'm looking and I was like, she look kind of nice. Let's go see what that's about.
Yeah, I have a Bible study with it. Yeah.
So a lot of times, in the and we'll say the Christian or religious aspect, they say you shouldn't be with your wife before you get married and all that. So let me ask you a question: did y'all have apartments and all that while y'all was dating?
Yeah. Sometimes.
So saying that, then it's no problem with it, right?
No, I'm just saying some religions say you can't have doggy style with your wife. The only way you can, some religions and some spiritual aspect, they're like, you got to have it missionary. Yeah, I have my wife all over the bedroom. What you talking about? And I ain't got cursed. I don't feel like God's like, since you did it this way or this position, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we had our own place or whatever. I can't really even act like we wasn't sleeping together because my wife was pregnant at the wedding. So my daughter is.
So you don't play, huh?
She was born 4 months after the wedding. So it's very obvious what she recently just asked.
Are you
me
trying to say
about.
we're going to go to hell because we did?
I didn't
Or is
say
that
that.
the question?
I didn't say that at all. I'm asking the question because the one thing is sometimes when people are married, just like I just asked that question, they point at a single guy and say you wrong for doing this or not trying to commit to this person or trying to do this thing. But I don't think you're wrong, because at that time when I say you single until you married, like, you need to be single so you can get all that out of you. When it's married time, you can really commit.
Your salvation ain't nobody else's salvation. So everybody else have their own walks with God, I believe. Now, I'm not trying to make it like, oh, this is right, but I believe your salvation is different from mine and from Ant's, on and on.
That's true, but you saying like how a married person would look at you and say you shouldn't be doing this or whatever. So the deal is right regardless of what you did. I know what I did. I know what I believe. Just, they probably don't. They don't. They don't line up.
All right.
So with what I was doing and what I knew that I should have been doing according to my belief, I didn't do that.
We slipping,
but.
bro.
Yeah, and that's
I know.
so I'm like,
I know that, but what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. See, y'all test drove the car before y'all got married. So like, what about all these people that saying let's just wait till we get married and all that kind of stuff, and then you get in the bed and it's trash when you married.
Oh well, I think it has passion and love. I think it dragged us out there.
I can't totally speak to that because I ain't had that experience.
But I'm just saying, like, what do you regret? Like, you should have waited. You should have.
Okay.
No, after I was done, I was like, let's go to IHOP. It was awesome, but my point I'm trying to make, it was great, and I wasn't thinking in my mind like, I'm gonna compare this to X, Y, and Z. I was like, dang, I finally got somebody that looks good. Because when I was in high school, it was an ugly little thing out there in high school. I was ugly, and just to have something that beautiful, she's like the moon of my life. I was thankful.
Okay. So, we got another question from Mr. Rowe.
Got a question here from Sam Melson. He says, Scriptures implies that men are the hunters. How do we teach men to stop treating this as a sport, creating lots of soul ties and throwing women back in the field?
That's good.
Well, I'm gonna dive away from that question because I feel like I'm a hunter. That was very well put. You put me in my place. I'm gonna shut up.
Go ahead and take that one, and then I'll just backdoor off of that one, right? I'm gonna come with the alley loop, right?
We gonna see how you mess up.
Yeah, set the ball up. Set the ball up. Because I ain't throwing my wife with it. Go ahead.
I think that's valid. There's a difference between when you hunt, you're just trying to get what you need. When you're actually hunting for necessity, that's what that's talking about, as opposed to people who hunt for sport. When you hunt for sport, you're trying to get whatever it is, kill the animal in that instance, and you're not going to do anything with it. So you're just throwing it away. And that's the way a lot of people treat dating, a lot of men, because, he's right, we're hunters, it's in us, but they're doing it incorrectly, they're perverting it. So they're going out and hunting, but it's like if you ever gone fishing, I'm from the country, so when you go fishing, for the most part, if you're not going to eat it, they say just take it off the hook and throw it back.
That's sport.
That's sport. Yeah, that's what you're saying. So that's kind of how we treat women a lot of times. We catch them, we hook them, we got what we wanted, the thrill. That's all it was. I caught one, I'm gonna throw it back. I don't even want it. But if that's your deal, why are you even out here fishing? So when you're an actual hunter, you're hunting for something that you need, for a necessity. Now, you might find something, so you hunting, you might get a fish, then you get it home, you cut it open, you find out there's something wrong with it. I can't keep this fish, I can't eat this fish, I'm going to have to move it on to the side. But if you get, with the right goal in mind, I'm out here fishing, I got this fish, I'm going to take it home, cook it up, it's going to feed me, give me what I need, that's hunting. So I hear what he's saying, but
it was some things that my wife didn't like about me, and some things I didn't like about her. We didn't throw each other back in the water. We wanted to. And if he's saying about other guys, how we teach other guys not to throw them back to the woods, or to the analogy was to the wilderness. I think it starts with principle. You know, fathers being in the homes, communicating, talking, that type of thing. I believe, personally, because I want to throw my wife, and I'm pretty sure vice versa, she wanted to throw me.
Yeah, that was good.
I
just concluded I've been using dating as a sport at this point. I just throw them back. Don't work out, just throw it back. Hey, can we just be honest?
But you know what? That's kind of the culture. That's what's the trip. Like, everybody gets dressed up. We all going to the club. You know, we gonna go hang out, do our thing. Everybody's drinking. And it's a sport. The whole time I'm looking for one. I'm like, you know, which one? It's gonna be that one, that one, that one. Ain't nobody at the club like, yo.
That's bad hunting ground.
Like,
man.
one time,
the club is bad hunting ground. It's just for a sport at that point. I'm just
really
gonna be
no. One time in my life has this happened, and it wasn't a good one. I was with my homeboy, and he was like, we was at the club. He was like, dog, I'm gonna marry her. Now, put that in context. He was gone. He had been gone, and then he drank some more. He was throwed. He was drunker than drunk. His mom had just passed away.
Yeah.
So we let him do his thing. So he met this girl.
Yeah.
And he was like, dog, I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah.
Only time I ever heard that in a club, and it clearly wasn't to be. She was like, you need to take care of your boy.
That's funny.
And take him home.
That's funny.
So yeah, I've never actually been in a club where somebody eyed somebody and was like, yo, that's the one right there.
It does happen sometimes.
Has it happened?
So you ever said, hey, I'm
Never
gonna
happened
marry
to
that
you?
one? You ever go in the club and say, man, I'm married that?
Man,
Yeah, he said, yeah.
And
What turned you
then,
off?
and then
from
after
that?
you sobered up, you still felt that way.
Yeah.
That's why I'm divorced now. I married her, and I'm divorced. I'm really divorced. Hard divorced. Yeah, I seen her in the club. Said, "What's up?" Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I've done it, man. We all make mistakes. That's what I'm saying. We all make mistakes.
Man, you good. I think we learn from our mistakes. That's
So-
what's... Go ahead.
So like, how I mean, like at that point, some girls. They say like once you have sex with them, then that's a binding thing. Like you got to be one of them.
Ties.
Yeah, you got to get once you get you my husband all of a sudden because I had sex with you. Like,
But I think that spiritual tie stuff really works. I mean, it really you be
for
dealing
you.
Well, not for me. Well, yeah, with my wife.
So would you like? I mean, both of y'all wives are in the church. Would you recommend going into the church to find your wife, or? Because I hear that all the time, man. Like, men over like 80, they always be like, you need to find you a woman in the church. Do you know what's in the church now?
I think
Not really, no, because that's the trip. The people in the church is the same people that you see everywhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not making a blaming statement, but yeah, it's gonna be the same. Some of the same people. Really, it's kind of like he was saying. He was talking about praying about it. And it's difficult for me to answer this way, but you know, I know what I believe is that you praying about it, and then you know you just kind of wait on what God have for you. Like I said, she literally walked through my door.
I mean,
but at the same time,
I think you trapped your wife.
I look like I am?
I think you trapped her.
Fasting?
I think you trapped her.
How
I think you got her pregnant, so she had to marry you. I think you
Really?
trapped her. Because I mean, she's pregnant. You trapped her, man. She had no
Even
choice.
she had second guess.
Yeah, like
she
she couldn't go back. She was pregnant at the wedding. You trapped
you
her.
know what? No, you know
you did that on purpose. Didn't you?
Not
Clay?
because I actually, I mean, I didn't have to still marry her. I chose to do that, and that's what's funny about it. We had got engaged after a short amount of time, and so when I was telling my family, we didn't know she was pregnant yet.
That was my next question.
We didn't know. We was telling everybody that, hey, you know, we decided we're gonna get married, and I remember this. My cousin called me, and he was like, "Say, man, she pregnant, huh?" I was like, "No, she's not pregnant." He was like, "Man, you don't got to do it." And I was like, "No, it's cool. I mean, she's not." And he was like, "Nah, man, they be cheating." From this, and that was his experience, and so I was like, "What is you talking about? No, this ain't even
Like that.
It ain't like that." And I remember we went to it's funny now. We went to marriage counseling with this priest, and so that was the first question he asked. And then like a couple weeks later, we found out she was pregnant, and so I had to go back and be like, "Hey, Father, look, she pregnant," and it's like the funniest thing to me to this day, because he was like, hey, well, look, what y'all doing Saturday? We can go get you married right now. And I'm like, no,
Yeah, you trying to cover it up, huh?
Nah, it wasn't even like that. But it was I don't know, man. I really do feel like it was God, but at the same time, I know it wasn't all God. It was some of me in there. Look, I had some other things, like you saying. It was some other feelings going on. Obviously, like I said,
it was pregnant. A lot of feelings going on.
You got another question.
You knew she can get pregnant. She didn't want to wear no condoms, obviously. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You was 20 something. I'm just saying. I'm Dr. Phil. Catch me outside. How about that?
So we got another question.
Okay, we got a question from Joseph. It says, I have one question. What is the point talking about things you want changed when you are ignored about the situations and nothing changes? I feel like I have wasted time and now I am trapped because nothing I say matters. That even when I leave, my kids suffer because I am not with anyone. I believe I haven't lived the life God intended for me and not living the life God wants me to.
Oh man, brother, don't give up. Don't give up. But you can get out of there. It's always an out. You know what I'm saying? It's always an out. I don't know your whole situation, but there's always an out. You need to stay prayerful, because like I can tell you, get out, but is that the best thing for you? I really think you need to seek God and stay on your face about this one. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to give you no bad advice. You see what I'm saying? You need to seek God. You need to get you a prayer life for real. I know that sounds like the answer everybody wants to give you and all that kind of stuff, but that's a tough one when you got your kids involved and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to make a mistake.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
I was in that same situation. I was similar to that situation. I personally thought that it was going to be a fact where I thought it wanted to go this, X, Y, and Z. It didn't go X, Y, and Z. It went A, B, C, and I didn't like that. So I stayed prayerful. I stayed focused. I went to church. I paid my tithes and offering. I did everything. It seemed like it was taking forever. But the best thing was I did leave. I left the home because I didn't understand it. I never had a father figure. I never knew what a daddy looked like. So when I got out in church and started mingling with other men, it made me better. So when I went back, even though it was hard, I still steadfast. I stayed in it. I pushed in it. And 17 years later, man, I don't regret a thing I've done. If I had to do it all over, I'd do it again. I was selfish, and I had to look at myself. I had to look into myself and be like, okay, what am I doing? Instead of pointing the finger at her and pointing the finger at her my in-laws and my family and things like that, what am I doing? What can I change? So I started cooking. I started cleaning. I started doing things that I could do to provide. At that time, I didn't have a job. I didn't have nothing. So I just swept, mopped, did dishes, made sure the dinner food was pulled out of the freezer, things like that. Even taking the basket back to the front at HEB at Walmart, just to show God that, look, man, I'm trying. Because normally I just leave the basket right there. So my conviction, like just take it back. I'm gonna take the basket back. I'm gonna sweep mop. I need something to happen, brother. I had 5 kids, 2 sets of twins, bro, same age, diapers, bathe at the same time, sleeping up. One takes another bottle. Oh, brother, just stay focused, stay prayed up, chill. It'll wait. Gotta come, man. He'll come.
No, I hear that, and like you said, we can't necessarily speak on it because we don't know your full situation, and we're not necessarily counselors. But what I will say is, it is part of it, like they say, is being prayed up. But at the same time, man, something I've learned, and it's something that is an awesome thing with men. We talked about Isaac, who was just here, has the Man in Me group, things like that. It's awesome to have a man that's above you and a man that's below you, somebody that you can speak, that speaks to you, and somebody you can speak to. Somebody that kind of can hold you accountable, somebody that has wisdom. That's so good. You were saying you don't know that you've lived the life that you should have, but at the same time, it's finding somebody who's probably older, wiser, who has done that, who you see like they got fruit, man. Look, I can see they've done this in their life. They're doing something.
Yeah, that's good.
Let me talk to that guy because he has answers.
That's good.
And have doing that in conjunction with that praying and believing, then you know, you can get some better direction.
Yeah.
But one thing I definitely say, regardless of the situation, is don't ever give up on yourself. Always believe in yourself. Everybody has something to offer.
That's good. That's good.
I always think about that song. Y'all remember that song? Dang, who sang that?
How did it go?
Mr. Wendell.
How did it go?
Oh yeah.
How does it go?
You talking about Arrested Development?
Arrested Development,
Sing
yeah.
it. Sing it.
I'm not singing that song, Claire. Good try. but nah, that song, Mr. Wendell, was about a homeless guy, but he still had information. He still had something to offer. So everybody has something to offer. Don't ever give up on yourself.
At all. Don't give up.
Yeah.
And next question.
Oh, I thought
We have a question.
Just a statement from the same guy.
Okay, statement from Joseph. He said, "Work has taken the Lord from me. No time for church. Also, kids want me with my son's mother, but no one lives a God-fearing life. I feel unfulfilled."
Okay, so I believe that
You are the church, man.
That's
like
right.
you are the church, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can have church anywhere you want to have church at. That's the problem, man. Everybody think it's a building. Nah, man, you the church, man. You know what I'm saying? You the father. Hate to put all that responsibility on you, but that's about being a man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you are the church, man. You just got to be encouraged, man. Don't give up, man. The only time you should look down is to tie your shoes, bro.
That's it.
Get up, man.
That's it.
Like
Get up.
for real. Like
That's right.
I laugh and joke a lot, but I don't like that, man. You gotta pick your head up, man. You doing something. At least you working. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? God providing that, so God is not out your life yet.
Right. Go into
At
the
all.
go into the
You know what I'm
bathroom,
saying?
pray. Go in and
Yeah.
pray. Your relationship with God is your relationship with God. When everybody go to church, they're bringing their relationship into the church and then experiencing it all the way around with everybody else. That's all it is. God haven't went from you got a job, it's like Drew said.
But that's the whole thing too. Also, like I said, talking to other men, that's what we do. Y'all think? I mean, we chill and we can talk and joke and everything, but I know I can count on these guys. I got other people in my life that I can go to. Yeah, you know, because my wife, yeah, it's my best friend. But if I have a problem with my wife, I can't talk to my wife about it. That ain't no good idea. I mean, I can, but I might be on this couch right here. So
Sleep in
Yeah.
the studio.
So, you know, I got other brothers I can go to, you know, hey, man, I was thinking about cutting out. And they like, you're an idiot.
Right.
You know, so it's having those people in your life, like you said, not giving up. Imagine you have this guy in your life and you go to him with that. Y'all go out, grab a bite or something, and he gonna pump you up, man. Don't quit, dog. You doing something
Iron
with
sharpens
yourself.
iron. Iron
Yeah,
sharpens
that's
iron.
what it is.
Don't
It's
clock
iron
out.
sharpens iron,
clock
man.
out.
Don't clock out.
Don't
man.
do that.
You know what I'm saying? Your job ain't done, man.
That's
your,
right.
your job ain't that job. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's being a man and all that. That's your job, providing for your family, man. So I say don't clock out, man. Your job ain't done yet.
That's right.
You'll never
That's
get
right.
to punch the clock on that, man.
That's
like
right.
for real.
That's right.
So now we said we was gonna talk about marriage, dating, and the last thing we said we was gonna talk about is shacking up. Now we talked a little bit about marriage, how you met your wife, how I met mine, how you met your wife at the time, and we haven't so much talked about love. But before we get back to that love, what do you think about shacking up? Now, keep in mind, I already said, yeah, we were sleeping together, but we didn't do
was
the
fun.
whole shacking up
Me
or
and my
whatever.
girl, it
But
was fun.
No, I mean like,
It was fun.
yeah, you shouldn't do it. But it's one of those things, like, if you don't, I don't feel like you don't, until you live with somebody, you don't really know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem that we have nowadays. We don't take the time to know somebody or be vulnerable in front of somebody. We halfway in the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's
but let me ask you this,
yeah.
before you get too far.
Okay.
First, you said you don't think you should.
Yeah.
So why? And then second, you said we don't get to know them. You gotta live with them to know them.
That's what I think. Because, I mean, the whole thing changed when you get those four walls around you. You know what I'm saying? When you confine to those four walls and now, you know, y'all ain't communicating on the phone, or she can tell you not to come over at this point, or all that. Now, you know what I'm saying, she got a key to come in the house and all that kind of stuff. You really get to know somebody. They change up. Trust me. Just like when somebody go to prison, it's a difference. They ain't got no freedom no more. I mean, like you know, the 4 walls is like prison, right? When you go home, when you go home, it's like prison.
No, it's funny you said that.
Same thing.
Because
sometimes I gotta go home in my house and close my eyes. Because sometimes at the job or the business that I have, I ain't make what I should be making. And my kids are expecting X, Y, and Z, all these different things, like, and I gotta close my eyes, like, man, just start swinging, because it brings us stress, because you know your bank account ain't looking like your kids, so you gotta have faith in God. That God, okay, you gave me these kids and these children and my wife. What are you gonna do for me? How are you gonna help me through this?
But you married right now? We talking about versus shacking up.
No, that's
But you said you don't think you should.
Shacking
so
up.
Why do you say that though?
Why don't I think you should? I mean,
but because you say you don't think you should, but then you was like you got to get to know him.
I mean, just because biblically and how I believe it's not right, but I mean, we do stray away from the things that we know that ain't right sometimes, because sometimes we please our flesh. So what I'm saying is, I know it ain't right. Just like I know it wasn't right to smoke weed, I know it wasn't right to drink, but I did all those things. You feel what I'm saying? So, because it was pleasure. That was my pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And being with this woman in the house, getting to knock it down every night is my pleasure. You feel what I'm saying? So I know I shouldn't be doing that just to please my flesh. You feel what I'm saying? But who always does the right thing? That's the easy thing. To do the wrong thing. It's easy. It's very easy to do the wrong thing. Very easy. So that's why I think you shouldn't. Just because off a spiritual relationship with Christ that I shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? But
so I'm with you.
Okay.
But then when you do, you said so you feel like now we living together. I kind of get to know you a little more, and I can decide what we gonna do. First of all, this is in your mind. This is after the trial period, right?
Yeah, right.
You gotta get past the trial period before you can get there.
I think once you, like me being experienced, being in a marriage, once you together and you live in a household together and you see things working together, that's when you really know somebody. That's when you really know somebody get on your nerves, or you hate somebody, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you can kick them out. You can evict them. You can do all those things in Texas.
I think it's.
I feel like you studied this.
Yes, I have. Like, you don't make the same mistakes.
You
know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't make the same mistakes, man. I'm in this thing for the long run next time it happens. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, it's always going to be something that's going to be different, and something's going to come up. Like, and me and my wife versus shacking versus now, 17 years, right? And nothing. Things change and it's different. Like, you know, you're on a video game, right? And you beat this level, you gotta beat this monster to get to the next level. Well, that's the same with marriage. It's always levels to it. It's always you gotta beat a different monster. It's always something different. And every one, it's always that imaginary door that say, do you want to clock out? Do you want to exit? Every level. You don't have to fight this monster, Cliff.
Can you skip? Can you jump through?
And then check this out. Yeah, I know. Like Mario do some BBA, ABA, or it's like, or the funny thing is, you don't see after you beat the monster, you don't see what's the prize behind it yet. So you don't know why you beating the monster. You sit there, and say, I did it for my kids, but after a while, them kids all they gonna do is grow up, go to college, and leave you. Right. And probably throw in the old folks home. So you got that in the back of your head. Then you got the exit door. Then you got the issue at hand. And then you want to look. What am I gonna win at the end of this? And they don't see nothing behind it. You're like, man. So that it doesn't get any. It gets better and then it doesn't. It got.
So marriage is a bad deal the way you make it sound.
What?
That wasn't a good thing. I'm glad you're still in there, brother. You gonna make me sound like I want to get married. Good job, Cliff.
That was not rainbows and unicorns.
Oh, that was not rainbows and unicorns. Next question.
You went through it.
So no, that brings us back then because we also said we were gonna talk about love. So where does that fit in with you? Let's go with Cliff because you need this right now. Where does love fit into the picture for you?
Okay, love is an action. It's an action word, right? So everybody can sit up and say love, love, love all day long. No, and love is like bring them flowers. Call on the name that she like to be called. She like to be called life of the moon of my life. She loves that. So I know how to bring a smile to her face, right? And we all can sit here, like I said, we all can say I love you, but it's an action word. So you got to do stuff to keep it sparkling.
Now, I feel like love is overused when people say it.
Yeah.
Have you ever, before your wife, did you used to
No,
throw that out?
I never.
You wouldn't tell her?
I tell my grandma I love her. I had a mouthpiece. I could sell condoms to a prostitute. I'm sure, not to toot my own horn, but only person that love, yeah, they do need it.
That's not hard.
Give
to
me
do.
itching and scratching. But I would my grandmother. I love.
Hard.
I love my grandmother. I love. I used it for people that was
So
special.
when you was dating, you wouldn't
I said I
tell them
like
you love
you.
them.
I like you, man. You are very awesome. You are phenomenal.
So it would just be awkward. They'd be like, Cliff, I love you. Be like, yeah,
like,
I
girl,
like
you are phenomenal. High five. Give me some.
I'm in like with you.
Break the
I'm
steam.
very in
Ain't
like
no
with
too
you.
slow. Yeah.
Hey.
I'll mess it up. Oh, you want to go eat over here? Where you want to eat it?
So
I'll
wait,
change it up.
so you tell them you love them?
Who, me? Oh yeah, I throw that word out there like crazy, man. You know why? Man, love is unconditional, man. To me, I mean, I don't think love is flowers and all that kind of stuff, man. It's the simple things, man. I mean, you can. I mean, I love you for where you at, man. That's the whole big thing, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women, they feel like we always tearing them down and all that kind of stuff, man. Love them where they at. And if you don't, like, for real, like, I'm telling you the truth. I mean, this sounds shallow or whatever, but if you ain't making 30,000, I can't mess with you, man. Like, if your taxes ain't good, I don't love you.
Hold up.
Oh,
I just, hey, it was so sweet. Yeah.
Where the heart's at?
I want some angry faces.
What if
hey, let me get some
you
angry.
just said love them where they at? What if that's where they at?
That's not what I want though.
30,000.
It's all about what you want.
So
It's
your
all
love don't go below
He
30,000.
said, you ain't
Yeah,
giving my
man. That's
present.
I'm not trying to make.
Thank
I
God
ain't-
my wife wasn't like
I ain't
that.
gonna try to have no woman bring me down, man. Did I get an angry face? Oh, that's a wild face. Is that what?
I work with a girl.
Oh, there go that angry face. I was looking for that all night. Oh, boom, boom. There they go.
You should get an angry face.
Oh man, look at him.
Okay, say Cliff so hard.
So no.
Say Cliff so hard.
No, we've been hearing from the men.
faces, please.
We want to hear from some of the.
Look at
some
those
of the
angry.
women.
I thank y'all though, man. Look at that. That mean they coming.
Yeah, so my heart's and smiley faces for me.
So
Jesus, there we go. Thank you, God.
No, what I
tell
mean,
them you love them.
that's the problem, man. It's preference. If you don't want to be with a fat woman, you ain't got to be with a fat woman. If you don't want to be with a black woman, you ain't got to be with a black woman. That's what people got a problem with. It's preference.
What
And
does
then
that have to do with love?
it got a lot to do with love. Like that's
You
me
can't
loving.
you-
That's
so
me
if it's
loving.
not- If it's not your preference, you can't love them.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, you can love them. This is what I'm saying. You saying like in the things of dating and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
People got preference. I can't love something that I don't prefer.
Oh, Miss Higgins in there. She said he's from the South. He's in the South.
Man, I'm just saying, no, like dating wise, like you love everybody because of God and Christianity and all that kind of stuff. But I'm saying who I want to be, my wife, she can't be broke. She can't be all that. Women do the same thing. What's wrong with men doing it? That's what I want to know. Am I getting too passionate? Let me sit back.
No, I just asked because I had a friend and she's a nice looking young lady.
Okay.
And she says she doesn't see what people look like. And she was talking about a particular guy, we used to work together, a guy at the job, and she was like, I thought of that guy, I was thought about dating that guy. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, I ain't trying to hate on the dude, but if you saw him, you'd be like, nah, he couldn't get you. And she was like, I give him a chance all day. And she was like, I'll date anybody. Yeah, it don't matter. But so I thought that was one extreme. But now you saying like, no, it don't matter. It ain't no chance. So okay, so when they come try to talk to you at the club and they do not meet the criteria, how
How do you
talk to
ask them? Do you got 30,000 or not?
Huh?
That's my question.
Man, you could check his credit score or anything. I'm saying pull out your credit card right now and swipe. It's free. Let's see what you're doing. I'll give you 40 more points. Hey, you don't want nobody to bring you down. I promise you, man. I promise you. Date a woman with bad credit, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
have bad credit?
No. That means she ain't got no
How about she
credibility.
working? How about
That
she-
means she's not a good woman. She can't pay people back. She's not faithful because she doesn't have good credit.
Oh my God.
I ain't never seen a woman with bad credit that's faithful. Never. Because they can't even pay the simple things. The simple things. You can't even pay your bills on time. That's already a red flag. So so if your credit good, you're already gonna be arguing with the woman about not paying the damn bills. That's already the problem.
I think it's gonna happen. Some rich woman is gonna come in your life, and when this rich woman, you ain't gonna meet her criteria. It's gonna be like a reverse of the table, and she's gonna be like, oh, "What's your credit score? And what you drive? Oh, you drive that. I drive this. Since you live there, I live here.
Well, can I drive it, baby?
Yeah, no,
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, like, okay, you live in a nice home now, right? Mm-hmm. Would you go back to the projects? Would you go, hell no, you wouldn't, right? Because you got a preference now, right?
Yeah,
or where you want to live.
I had to work to get this to know I can keep it. Where I can keep it, where I know how to keep it.
Okay, so you done worked hard, so you going to mess with somebody that's below you at this point. That makes no sense.
You making sense right now.
Yes, I make a lot of sense. When you take the angry faces away and you listen, it makes a lot of damn sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh my goodness.
Can we get a comment?
I don't think you won't want the comment that you're gonna get.
Man. Oh my God.
So
we got some comments here. We got some comments from Kimberly Holiday. Joseph said he appreciated it. Gerard said he said God bless.
That was before this.
This is before this. Let's go back and talk to our audience right quick. Okay. We apologize.
Look at that angry face going on there. Keep those angry faces to yourself.
I said, Gerard said, my wife and I follow biblical principles, and again, I did not have any contact prior to marriage. We didn't move until they said I do. Wow. And then Denise said, put Gerard on the panel because he's dropping some bombs right now. And who we got? Said Miss Irma said that I work with grown men who poop all over the toilet at work. I can't imagine marrying one of them first, then move in and find out deal breaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then Denise says God honors marriage. Joe said he's laughing. Ezekiah talk about 30K. Kristen talk about oh my God. All right, let's look at it. It's like, Katura's right here. He said, "What's good, family?" Who else we got? From Eros to Agape. I think Joe said from Eros to Agape is levels to this. Cesar said can't love someone you don't want to be with. Denise said it again. Which side of the fence are you on?
Oh.
Cesar, I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah. Broken Bougie.
Miss Higgins.
Kevlin said you're not gonna love something you don't like off the bat.
That's my sister.
But but you can get there.
That's my sister.
Okay, wait, no. So wait,
that's
she said you're not gonna love something you don't like. Which is what you said.
That's my sister.
Well, you said it, so I'm going with you. No, I guess I like my kids, but I'm just saying if you have a kid, right, you don't get to pick what comes out. But you still love the kid regardless. No, I'm not saying you should be in a relationship if you.
I love them regardless. Y'all didn't hear? I said all that Christians. I love people.
That's a different. That's what Joe was saying. It's a different kind of love.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the arrows.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Oh, you just talking about love in general.
When you say love, when you say I love you to the girl, she ain't thinking that is God's unconditional agape love. No, she like you think. I love you. I want to be with you. You the greatest thing on earth. The romantic love, eros. That's what she's thinking. Not agape, not philos, not a brotherly love. Like you don't be like, I love you, girl. What's up? Yeah, I love you.
We turn to church and say you love your neighbor, and there's nothing I could do about it. That's love, right? That's throwing it out. When she a female, if she a female is throwing it out, I just try to tell you, man. I say I love you, man.
But you know that's not what she's taking that as.
Nah, you can tell the different tone of I love you.
Okay, so how about this? Do you ever tell them you love them? Meaning, I'm just to the audience. I'm just speaking from experience. You don't want to marry somebody that's going to bring you down. I promise you that. I'm telling you, a person's credit score got a lot to do with them. Now, sometimes you can be messed up, like a man can mess them up, or a woman can mess them up, or whatever. That's understandable. But if you start off and they're just gonna drag you down, I promise you.
I promise you.
What if I just made some mistakes in the past?
That's what I just said. That's okay. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
But when you see me, you gonna already see this. You gonna see the score though.
All right.
The score is what it is.
So what's the next question?
So what's? I got you though. All right. What
I have
what
a
you got?
question. I hope I'm saying Dimitri. He said, "What's the appropriate dating range, or is age just a number?"
Ooh.
So.
I mean,
He's
if
asking
it depends
what's
on
the-
how
what's
old
the
you.
range?
I really, honestly, anybody like 10 years younger, don't do it. Cause I mean, like most ones, like say you 30 and a woman 40, she's set in her ways, man. She gonna try to treat you like you her junior, you her son. I don't recommend that at all.
That's good. Yeah.
I've always heard, what is it, half your age plus 7? I don't know.
Shouldn't date.
That is not biblical. But I'm just saying, I have always heard that. Me personally, I'm with you. I think it's probably I can't say it's a definite range. You can't put it in a box. But yeah, I'm with you. People are in different
I think that
different
a year
times in their
older,
life.
a couple of
so
years, huh?
every few years, every 10 years or so, I'm at a different place than where I was in 10
How
years.
about your
10 years
daughter?
ago.
Your daughter. Who would you like to date your daughter, and what age?
Well,
Turn that whole
they both
bad
gonna
word.
be really old when my daughter
No,
starts
seriously,
dating.
for real.
Ideally somebody in her age range.
There you go.
So they can kind of grow together.
That's right. But then they both. What that age is gonna start at?
When should she start dating? That's a whole nother can of worms.
When did you start dating? Like when did you start dating? What's the youngest girl you dated? When when did you start dating? Because I mean, you can't hold your daughter to that standard when you dated somebody else's daughter.
I don't know why I can't.
That's kind of crazy,
know
man.
why.
That's kind of crazy,
No,
man.
okay,
so
so,
that's why I don't
really,
want to have a daughter,
when I
because
was
I
in,
didn't
like-
knock a lot of girls, did a lot of stuff that I ain't supposed to
It
do
was
to
like
girls.
when I was
don't
in
want
middle
no
school,
daughter.
but that don't mean
Probably
she
gonna
had
have
to.
about 5 daughters.
Don't wish that on me. The devil is a lie.
No, and that's the thing. I want her to learn from my mistakes though.
Oh, okay. That's way to
So
clean
I
that up.
started dating when I was in like middle school. Like, well, I mean, okay, you mean date for real? I mean, like, I started,
want
going
my
out with
lunch?
girls or whatever.
You want my chips? You want my chocolate milk?
I didn't offer nobody my food. Look at me.
I say 10 years is too much,
I was
man.
too broke to date.
I say
I
that
dated
10
when I
years,
was
that
older.
10-year period that's a cutoff
Take
right
10
there.
years.
I dated when I
Okay.
was older. I was broke. I was too broke. when I was young.
So
Second
we
question.
got like 2 more quick questions. What up?
We have a question from Kristen. Said, "You're right, but what if she has a great credit score but doesn't keep her legs closed to other men?"
Ooh.
So we got that question, and
Get
we got
it, girl.
a question from Sam. Says, "What about growing together? What about the man being the pillar in the home and able to handle the burden?" So somebody take that
let
question.
me jump that last one real quick. Yeah, the man should be the pillar and be able to handle the burden. I don't know the context of what he was saying that in, but I'm gonna say like you should be the pillar, but I'm helping my brother Drew out. It's raggedy buildings that have real nice pillars, so I don't want to be the nice pillar on no building that's finna fall.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if you're gonna be there and you're gonna do it, yeah, you should be the pillar. You should lift your woman up, lift your family up, do what you can. But I'm gonna let you have that. Other
Oh,
question.
about her keeping her legs closed? I mean, I know he know the answer to that. He was just asking. But I mean, she's going through her trial stage too, man. I mean, just like it's double standards though to this thing. Like we don't stop injecting. Is that the way we gonna say it? They say keep their legs open, but we're still injecting. I mean, it goes like that. You know, you're not supposed to be a woman that can't keep her legs closed. Come on, man. Like that's crazy. Like, why would you want? So I mean, some strippers have great credit scores. I just want to be with a stripper that pleases thousands of men all day.
You just alienated a whole stripper segment of our audience. That's cool.
I'm just saying, man. Like, yeah, of course, man. If she got a good credit score and she keep her legs open, as long as she can, not tell me, I don't find out. It's good. I'm like Carl Thomas. I don't want to know. It's killing me. Please don't let it show.
Oh my
All right.
God.
So on that note, we gonna wrap up that first episode of Men Talk Live. Again, we're gonna be here every Thursday for the next 7 weeks. Next show, August 17th, next Thursday, 9 p.m. Again, just comment, man. Hashtag Men Talk Live. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Men Talk Live. Subscribe, follow. Hey, we want to hear what you got to say.
Thank you for
we're
the
gonna do the shows, whatever y'all want to talk about.
Next week we got my man Brooks Harris coming in, man. Different perspective. It's gonna be a different perspective. Y'all think y'all get cheated on? You're gonna see that. And thank you for commenting, liking, and sharing, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, nugget.
Okay. All right. So my deal for the night before we close it up is your gift will get you amongst great people, but your character will always keep you there. I always live by that meaning or that statement. And you, Drew? What is your nugget for the night?
Hey, man, check that credit score. That's all I got to say. Good night.
Real quick, we've been talking about love. It came up, man. If anything, if you don't get anything else, love yourself, man. You can't give what you don't have. So start loving on yourself, and you'll find one because they'll be drawn to what's in you.
That's a good one.
We love you.
We love
We
y'all.
getting ready to see what you had to say. We ready for next week.
Ooh, it's hot up in this month.
Hey.
Come on.
Hey, look,
Get
we up here sweating, man. We working for you. We gonna enjoy this journey together. Let's do it, man. Talk live, no redo.
If we get 1,000 likes, he say he gonna take his shirt off.
If we get 1,000 likes, I'm gonna keep my shirt on because the people don't want to see that. All right,
Good night.
Do it! Just do it! No, what are you waiting for?